Kumodi TV, man, back with another one. Right now, we're gonna get into this Portland shooting. Border Patrol agent had shot two individuals believed to be linked to TDA when they tried to use their car as a weapon. Well, that's what is alleged. There's no video as of yet, but it is alleged that they tried to use their vehicle to hit the agent and he fired shots. Yeah, let's get into it. I'm not sure if there's any survivors. I honestly haven't watched any videos on this, so we're just gonna get into it together.
Just one day after a woman from Colorado was shot and killed by an ICE agent in Minneapolis, there's another shooting involving federal agents, and this time in Portland, Oregon.
In both cases, the Department of Homeland Security says that drivers tried to hurt officers with their cars. Now, video of the incident in Minneapolis has led some law enforcement and legal experts to seriously question that claim. Let's bring in 9 News anchor Phil Lipoff with details on what we know about today's shooting in Portland. Phil.
Kyle, all the information we have right now.
I have seen no claim from any law enforcement or legal expert. The only claim I've seen was from, the mayor of Minneapolis or maybe the governor of Minnesota. I don't even remember which one it was, but they said something. They were like, get the F out of our city or something. Like, that's the only thing I saw, and that doesn't qualify him to be an expert, but okay.
Now on the shooting comes from the Department of Homeland Security as it did yesterday. They say the two people shot by federal agents today are affiliated with Tren de Aragua, though they have not provided any evidence of that. DHS says this was a targeted operation in Portland involving agents, part of what it is calling Operation Oregon. Border Patrol agents stopped a red Toyota on the east side of that city. They claim the driver took off, hitting an agent with a vehicle. That's when another agent opened fire, hitting both people inside. 33-year-old man, 32-year-old woman are being treated now for their injuries in custody at a hospital. Portland's police chief says the FBI is taking lead on the investigation, and his officers only responded to the shooting call. DHS says the passenger was in the country without authorization and connected to a prostitution ring and a recent shooting in Portland. But again, they've not provided evidence of any of that. They say the driver is believed to be a member of TDA as well. That is a gang that President Trump falsely claimed.
Okay, like, are they just making these claims up? Like, obviously, if they survived and this is what they did, they're going to face criminal charges. And if they take their case to trial, it's going to have to be proven beyond a reasonable doubt. So are they just making it up? Are they just throwing prostitution on this woman and links to a criminal gang and links to a shooting? Having links to a shooting is just, it could be as simple as you were there at the scene and left, and they have you on camera or something like that. Like, you could just be a bystander or witness. Like, I don't know, the news has to do better.
Claimed conquered the city of Aurora. What we can tell you is several suspected TDA members have been found. And
I mean, he didn't, okay, maybe he exaggerated that they conquered the city, but they were taking over apartment buildings and claiming it as their territory, and they were operating out of apartment buildings in a criminal manner. They were drug trafficking out of apartments and threatening residents and causing disturbance to residents, which is a danger on the community and illegal.
And arrested in Colorado over the last year and a half, but police say their presence was largely limited to a few apartment complexes owned by out-of-state landlords who neglected their properties. Kim?
This is where I talk about what I liked in my...
You see how they always try and deflect and then blame it on somebody else? Like, oh yeah, they're out-of-state landlords who neglected their property. What? Even if they're a landlord that lives in the state, like, it's not their responsibility to make sure gang members aren't trying to control the property or do whatever. Like, I guarantee you, even if the landlord lived in the complex themselves, they wouldn't be able to do anything but call law enforcement on them. That's the only option you have in a situation like that, unless you're some type of gang member yourself and you have a bigger gang with more firepower than them and you want to go to war. The only option you have is to contact the authorities. Like, what is the news talking about, man?
So we're at Northeast 146 in East Burnside. This is where Portland police officers found the two people who were shot by federal agents. And just to sort of set the scene for you, this is a very residential area. We're surrounded by large apartment complexes. As you can see, there's the police tape there. There's officers walking around. There's more than half a dozen Portland police cruisers. But I want to pan it back over this way. I have a man, his name is Alex. He lives right next to where a lot of this police activity is unfolding. So Alex, talk to us. What have you seen today?
When I was coming back home and I didn't see the actual shooting, but they had the whole street blocked off, and just in talking to people.
He's not a witness. What do you mean witness speak? Like, this is what I'm saying, man. Like, the mainstream media is garbage and it's honestly dead. What do you mean witness speaks after Portland shooting involving federal agents? He's not a witness. He came after whatever happened. He didn't witness anything.
It sounds like somebody was trying to get away from them in their car and was shot. That's the most that I've heard.
Can you describe sort of the tone of this neighborhood?
We're all just working class people. There's a lot of immigrants. I think everyone around here knows that. But they keep to themselves. They don't cause any trouble for me. I live right here. They don't touch my stuff when I have problems.
And this is the problem with these over liberal people and these people that want to be politically correct. There is a difference between immigrants and illegal immigrants, and you are doing a disservice to all immigrants by categorizing illegal immigrants in the same basket and boat as them. They are not the same. They have different ways of getting here, and they have completely different rights. If you legally came here, then you have a visa or a green card, and you're authorized to be here. Depending on what type of visa you have, you're authorized to work here. You're like, people are sitting here always saying, oh yeah, immigrants. Like, no. Illegal immigrants, the topic of discussion, the big problem in America, the whole thing that we're talking about, the whole reason why Border Patrol and ICE is in the area is because of illegal immigrants. People coming across the border illegally, not people who came here legally. Well, I guess they did go after some people that were here legally for certain things they said about Israel, but that's a whole nother topic, and that was a while ago.
Problems, it's from U.S. born people.
How does this make you feel watching this unfold right outside your doorstep?
I am beyond angry that this is happening the day after they killed that woman. I mean, this has gone too far.
Bro, why is this nigga crying, bro? Like, what is with these people always crying over motherfuckers they don't know? Like, you don't know them. You don't know what happened. You don't know who they are, what type of person they are. What are you saying right now? Like, what are you crying about, bro? You're a grown-ass man crying over somebody else getting shot who you don't know. They're a stranger, and they're alleged to be gang members who are criminals, who are illegally here. At least one of them is illegally here. What are you crying for, bro? What?
We need to, this is beyond voting. We need to do something. Like, the people need to do something. This is ridiculous.
This has nothing to do with your vote. They've always had this power, and all these different politicians just are too pussy to do anything and to order anything to happen. That's why we have an illegal immigration problem in the first place. And it got so bad under Biden that Trump had to do something about it, or at least he felt he had to do something about it, which is not a bad thing, is it? I mean, I don't know of too many other countries. I don't know of any other country, maybe Canada, that has this many illegal immigrants. Like, what other country has this many illegal immigrants coming to the country? Like, what other country tolerates illegal immigrants like we do? Like, we are the nicest, the most tolerant, and like the most giving. Like, we go above and beyond for everyone that's here, legal or illegal. Like, it's not even comparable to any other nation. Like, maybe Canada, the UK has this type of problem. I've seen Canada, UK, I think Spain. I'm not sure of too many people, but even those countries, they're not on the same level as us. It doesn't really compare. Like, I bet if you add all three of those countries' numbers up, it might not even come close to the numbers here.
Have you seen ICE agents come into your neighborhood before?
Not to this complex, but I've been kind of waiting for it because I had a feeling that they were going to be here at some point. I've seen them on Division, and I've seen them at the MAX stations, but this is the first time they've been on our street.
What would your message be to these federal agents?
Get out of my city. You're not welcome here.
Okay. Thank you, Alex. We're going to keep following this and talking with neighbors.
You're not welcome here, bro. Like, you are a private citizen, bro. You're not their boss. What are you talking about? Have no say so in the matter. You're not welcome here. Says who? What the fuck?
Chris, thank you. All right, we're going to continue our breaking news coverage this morning. After Border Patrol agents shot two people yesterday afternoon, Homeland Security says it was done in self-defense when they were trying to stop suspected Venezuelan gang members in the country illegally. In a post posted to X just about 30 minutes ago, DHS identifying one person as Luis Moncada. They say that he illegally entered the U.S. in 2022 and was, quote, released into the country by the Biden administration. DHS also says he's been arrested for DUI and unauthorized use of a vehicle. The passenger in this case has been identified as Yorlenis Zambrano Contreras. DHS says that she also a, quote, illegal alien from Venezuela with ties to the Tren de Aragua gang. They say that she was also involved in a prior shooting here in Portland. We have reached out to Portland police for more information about that shooting. We're waiting to get clarification on that.
Yeah, meanwhile, yesterday's shooting happened just before 2:30 in the parking lot of the Adventist Health Clinic in Southeast Portland. The Department of Homeland Security says U.S. Border Patrol agents were conducting a vehicle stop. Federal officials say when agents identified themselves, the driver tried to run them over. The feds claim the agent shot in self-defense. They say Moncada and Zambrano Contreras drove off and ended up 3 miles away at 100.
Seeing, like, this is the thing. Like, if you're trying to drive off, number one, that's illegal. And then number two, like, from what you see at almost all of these stops, there's a whole bunch of officers, and there's officers and agents, whatever. And there's usually someone standing in front of the vehicle, you know, like, because they're thinking, you know, like, most decent people, even criminals, are probably not going to run you over. So even if you're trying to drive off and, like, get around them or whatever, from their perspective, from their POV, it looks like you are trying to run them over. That's just what it's going to look like to them every time. Your best your best option here is to sit there and comply. I mean, like, if you got here once, you better go, I don't know, go try again, because you're caught. It's over. Like, even if you get away, you're still caught. They have your face, they have your car. It's over for you. I mean, they can probably, you know, do some other things to figure out who and where you are. I mean, they have a good amount of funding right now. They have a good amount of reach right now, and they have tools. They have tools in their arsenal to figure out what they need to figure out.
146 in East Burnside. Both were taken to the hospital. Their conditions are still unknown at this time.
Now, the FBI is leading this investigation. Oregon's Attorney General Dan Rayfield says that he will do its own investigation. Portland police secured both scenes, and Police Chief Bob Day says he is adamant that that was their only role in this case.
We do not know the facts of this case. We are simply providing that traditional investigative support and perimeter support.
And our Sunrise reporter Corey Johnson joins us live now from Portland's ICE facility in South Portland.
Well, daylight there now. And Corey, what are you seeing and what have you been hearing from Portlanders?
Good morning, Tim, China. Well, a small group demonstrated here outside the ICE facility late last night. This morning, since we've been here since around 5 a.m., no demonstrators have been out and about. We have seen candles that are placed on the ground, flowers placed outside the facility as well. And neighbors living near Northeast 146th in Burnside, where the man and women who were shot ended up, were fired up about this incident yesterday. This was the scene last night when police surrounded an apartment complex in Northeast Portland, and onlookers surrounded that scene. Now, we also spoke to those who live in the community who say they're disheartened to hear about the shooting.
Truly tragic and truly sad that we have to start the new year off in Portland, Oregon like this.
Scared for my kids and my family and for anybody, any of my friends.
Again, a quiet scene this morning.
Tell your friends and family to comply with law enforcement. Like, what is this? What is this where everybody is just like, oh yeah, we're not gonna comply and blah 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 blah. You don't have to listen to them. Like, who told you this? Like, some other random person, some person on the internet? Like, who told you you do not have to comply with law enforcement's orders when you're actively committing a crime? Like, if you're involved in a traffic stop, you can't just leave. You can't just drive off. Every single police video, body cam footage, cops, whatever TV show, everything you've ever seen of somebody just driving off, it always ends bad for them, no matter what. Whether they get in an accident, they hit someone, they get shot, they get caught later on and just get arrested. It's never gonna end well, ever. There's no positive outcome of doing this.
Outside the ICE facility on the south waterfront will be here over the next few hours, and we'll continue to keep you updated. Back to you.
Los Angeles homeowners, this free tool shows your exact.
In the press conference about, I was asked yesterday in the press conference about the Tren de Aragua group, also known as TDA. At that time, I did not have pertinent information as to their potential role or involvement here in the city. Doing some more digging, sought some more information. Once the names of the people who were shot yesterday by the federal officers came out, we were able to do some investigating on our part to see if there was any nexus or relationship with the Portland Police Bureau or regional partners. I can confirm, first and foremost, that these two individuals are in stable condition. They are still hospitalized. They are in custody of the federal law enforcement.
So neither of them died. So all of this outrage for nothing, because neither one of them died. And guess what? They're both getting locked the fuck up and deported. That's what's gonna happen, guaranteed. Doesn't matter if the one of them's here legally, if you haven't become a citizen, you're not gonna become one. You're gonna get deported, buddy. It's like I don't know what people think this is. This shit is not sweet out here. This shit is not sweet. Like, it's like the only people that understand is people on the right and like actual criminals. Like, those are the only people that understand this. It's like everyone else just thinks you could do whatever you want when it comes to the police or other groups of law enforcement. Like, you cannot just do whatever you want. You can't just do what you want. Like, if you want to do what you want, then you're going to have a very tough time. You're going to have a very hard and difficult time dealing with law enforcement if you think you're going to run the show.
But grateful that they are appear to be on the road to recovery, and I'm grateful for that. They do have some nexus to involvement with TDA. We can confirm that.
So there we go. It's confirmed they have ties to this criminal organization that has been talked about since Trump's got in office. It's been talked about since Trump got in office, man. They have ties to TDA, which is now labeled as a terrorist organization. It is on the FTO list, Foreign Terrorist Organization list. So they are affiliated with a terrorist group under the law. So that makes it even more serious because this is all confirmed and documented. So everyone, how all these news clips before say, yet to be confirmed, we don't know that, blah, 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 blah. Like, bro, what did I just say in the beginning of the video? They're not just talking out their ass, bro. They're not just talking out their ass. They're not just gonna say these things in the public. They're not gonna confirm this to you in the public. If you see how police and politicians and judges, prosecutors, all types of government officials move, even people who aren't government officials, people that are involved in entertainment, media, whatever, like, people typically do not confirm things that aren't true unless it's for clout. And guess what? The government isn't doing anything for clout. This isn't some entertainer that's low on views. This is the federal government, and they're not just gonna say, oh yeah, they're affiliated with this and affiliated with that and have ties to this incident and blah blah. They're not gonna say that without having some type of evidence of that. Even if it's very little evidence, even if it's iffy, wobbly evidence, they're gonna have something that's substantial enough to be submitted in the court.
We know that we had a shooting in Northeast Portland in July of this year, and the victim in that shooting was self-identified as a Venezuelan immigrant.
July of last year, buddy.
Who informed us that the suspects in that shooting were associated with TDA. Based upon that, we've been working that case. It's an ongoing investigation, but we have been working that case, and there's also been involvement with the two people who were shot yesterday by the federal officers through some criminal cases out in Washington County. So this is a regional effort as we look at this group affiliation and the potential for violence that has occurred, and it's still ongoing, so I don't have details. And
so they have multiple ties to multiple crimes committed by a foreign terrorist group. So, I mean, even, like the labeling of terrorist might be excessive and over exaggerated, but that's what it is under the law. That's what they're going to say when it comes down to it, when they charge these individuals, when they recover and they get charged and they are getting deported, they're going to jail before they get deported. And it's going to be for all this stuff he just mentioned, having ties to all these crimes, and then they're gonna enhance all of these crimes by them being tied to a foreign terrorist organization. Even if it wasn't labeled a terrorist group, it would still be a gang. I mean, it's a cartel, right? Or if it's a cartel, or it's a pretty big street gang. So regardless, you're gonna have some type of gang enhancement. But now it's a terrorist organization, so now you're gonna have an even worse enhancement. So it's like you're cooked, you're fried, and then you're gonna get charged for trying to run the officers over too, probably attempted murder. So they're cooked, fried. They're gonna do a lot of time. They might get like 30, or they might try and give them like 30, 40 years and deport them after.
And what I can say is there is an association with the two folks yesterday and TDA. I hesitated to even share this information initially because I'm very aware of the historic injustice of victim blaming, oftentimes portrayed by law enforcement, including this very agency that I've represented so proudly for so many years. And historically, we have not been quick to disclose the potential criminal history of others. But I felt it was imperative because I was asked yesterday in the news conference what information we have. This is information we have. This in no way draws a through line to the actions or the behaviors that occurred yesterday. I want to speak for just a moment specifically to my Latino community.
My man, they're alleged to be illegal immigrants who are part of a foreign terrorist group. What are you talking about? And then watch, he's talking about my Latino community. He's gonna say some bullshit. This is not the Latino community. This is the criminal community. They are a part of the criminal community. It doesn't matter what their race is. They are criminals committing crime in furtherance of a criminal organization. They are a part of the criminal community. These regular Joe Schmo Latinos that don't commit crime, that go to work every day, don't like these people either. They probably want them deported as well. Even ones that came here illegally and don't commit crime, they're probably like, yeah, get him the fuck out of here, get her the fuck out of here, or at least lock them up, send them to jail. I go to work every day and I don't commit crime. Like, what?
It saddens me.
This nigga is crying too, bro.
Even have to qualify.
Oh my God, bro. What is with these people and this crying shit, bro? These are grown ass men crying over people they don't know, getting shot for their own actions. Like, what the fuck? If you break in my house and I shoot you because you broke in my house, like, who's supposed to be crying about that? Your family members? I could get that, but the fuck? Chief of police crying over something like that would be crazy. The fuck? Random dude on the street crying over that would be crazy. You got shot because of your actions. You should have complied.
Why these remarks? Because I understand, or at least have attempted to understand through your voices, your concern, your fear, your anger. This information in no way is meant to disparage or to condone or support or agree with any of the actions that occurred yesterday. But it is important that we stay committed to the rule of law, that we stay committed to the facts, that we stay a trustworthy and legitimate police department for all of Portlanders.
You know, like, people wouldn't have to worry about their safety if these blue ass states weren't giving illegal immigrants who are committing a crime by illegally coming here, an ID, for instance, or other things that benefit them that are supposed to be for, you know, like citizens that like, you know, they wouldn't have anything to worry about. Like all these people that have been detained and all of this because, and mind you, contrary to popular liberal belief, nobody has been like put in a detention center and, you know, booked in and all of this that was an American citizen or deported. People have been detained. People have been brought back to detention centers, but they haven't been like processed in and you're staying here for months or weeks at a time. No, they brought people back, identified them, and then released them. And no American citizen has been deported at all. And so these things are happening because these states are issuing illegal immigrants IDs. And then if they have a common name, there's more than likely someone of the same race and ethnicity as them that has the same name. So then me and you had the same name, maybe we have a similar birth date or something like that, and now I'm getting wrapped up because the police think I'm you or the feds think I'm you, and then they have to do a little bit of digging to find out I'm not you.
We are currently involved in this investigation with our federal partners, of which I'm very grateful for. And we have been able to assist and provide perspective and have a small area of participation as we as this investigation continues. I am proud of the relationships we have with our federal partners. We have relied upon them in many ways through the enforcement of human trafficking, fentanyl, gun violence, etc. And I have appreciated their work on a local level, and their willingness to have us engage in the investigation at this time, I think, is a demonstration.
These are the type of people involved in those crimes. Like, what are you saying?
Of that ongoing relationship and information sharing.
Like, bro, these are the type of people involved in those crimes, bro. Like, this is just ridiculous. People are too soft. People are too emotional about things that have nothing to do with them. This dude is the chief of police in Portland. Like, bro, just do your job. Well, I don't know what you're crying about. These people committed a crime, faced the consequences of that crime. They didn't even die. You're crying for the Latino community, which all law-abiding Latinos do not like these folks. They do not agree with them. They are criminals and they're committing crimes and they're giving them a bad name. So when there's these people out here that look at all Latinos as criminals or illegals or involved in something, that these dudes are the reason why. So they definitely don't fucking like them. So, you know, this was a little bit frustrating to react to. You know, people are just out of their mind. I don't know what's going on in America or in the world. It's a lot. People need to grow up. People need to grow some balls back. And yeah, I think that's it for this one, man. That is it for this one, man. So that was the Portland shooting. They're both alive. Kumo DTV everywhere. KumoCast on YouTube. Follow, like, subscribe, comment, share, all of that stuff, man. I'm out of here.